Want a slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is I wake up to about see I make mine by the leader. I drink life in a teacup. I like Valet 30 better than tequila. Yeah, Velcy, I sip that night. Got a little kick like tights. Look so good, better recognize me. It's a type of lifestyle, I'm icy. Still don't need chill on me. Flare pill, yeah, I'm still on it. Velcy a day and nightly. Got a little kick like Tai Chi. Slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is just a little taste, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is slim waist, all it takes is tip top shape, all it takes is money in the bank, all it takes is no time to waste, all it takes is
Can you hear me, Tava Nation? Hello, hello. Okay, I think you can hear and see me now all at the same time. Good morning, Tava Nation. This is Tracy Walker. I am one of your executive directors here at Tava. And what a blessed morning this has been. I tell you, it is something quite amazing when you have a few technical difficulties. But I tell you, the way the good Lord works is it gets worked out. And so I am super excited to be before you on this amazing, blessed morning. And we're going to talk today a little bit more about how to manage your prospects, how to track your prospecting, and really how to keep everybody in one little tight bubble so that you can continue to build your business here with Tava seamless and without stress. So I am thrilled to be back here again, guys. Corporate has asked me to talk to everybody about our Tava Connect app. That's right, guys. We've talked about this before, but our company is growing. We have new team members. We have new success partners, and there are going to be tons of people that are not familiar with the Tava Connect app. They have never, ever seen it before. They know nothing of what we speak of, and we want to make sure that everybody here at Tava Nation actually has access to the tools and resources that we all have so that we are all working and on the arc, rowing in the same direction. You know, there's something so important about a boat, right? And this is not just a little buoy type of boat, but it conceptually, if you understand it, if we are all inside of a vessel, a nautical vessel, and it's the people on the left-hand side are rowing forward and the people on the right-hand side are rowing backwards, we are going in a full-blown 360 circle. We have not advanced or progressed at all on our journey. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure everybody is rowing forward together, okay? Rowing forward together. So I want to welcome all of you guys. I see you making your comments in the chat. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Jade. What's going on? Tammy. Hey, Marguerite. Good to see you. Deborah Brown. Good to see see you this morning as well. I see Lady V in the house, Lisa Adams Horsley. Good to see you, Monique Garth Miller. It is definitely a pleasure. And yes, I believe that the Tava Connect app is the bomb.com as well. So the very first thing that I want to do, guys, is I want to make sure that you are tagging your business partners, your success partners here on this broadcast so that we can get them acclimated. It may be something that you have seen. It may be something that you know. It may be something that you are completely aware of. And so it's kind of boring to you. But your new partners, we want to get them started the right way with access. So the very first thing that you guys want to do, if you have an iPhone, you'll want to go to your app store. If you have an Android phone, I believe it is called the Google Play Store. Not so familiar with that Google thing. You know, it's iPhone, Team iPhone over here. All right. And so you want to make sure that you go to wherever you can download apps. And what you want to do is you want to do a search for Tava Connect. Do a search for Tava Connect on your app store. Okay, so do a search. In the search bar, put Tava Connect. See, you can see it right there, maybe a little bit, right? Tava Connect right at the top for me. And when you click on it, it's going to open up this, right? Tava Connect. So it has our Tava logo. It's in a green box. And you'll want to go ahead and download. Mine says open because I already have it on my phone. So go ahead and download the app if you don't have it already. And for those of you that do have it, you want to open it. And when you open it, it's going to bring you to an amazing little user interface screen that looks like this. Okay. So you're going to see the scroll going across the top. By the way, if you have not purchased your tickets to the second wave event taking place in Houston, Texas in October, get with your teams, get with your upline leadership, and make sure you are locked in to be at our second anniversary bash. Okay, so many different things happening on the weekend. I will leave that to another session, but I just wanted to throw it out there. Just wanted to make it a little plug. Make sure you get your tickets. You can get your tickets right in your back office. And as if you were going to purchase a product or credits for the Tava Connect app, you will see it right there at the top to be able to purchase your second wave event tickets. All right. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, I expect to see everybody in Houston, Texas. We're going to move on with the Tava Connect app. So now this app, Monique, we've got you. Okay. This app is really designed to help you manage, track, and really keep a hold on your business. One of the amazing things about Tava is we speak about how it is a phone-based business because we want to be able to build our business on the go. We are very busy. You're moving around, you're traveling, you might be out and about, you might be doing things with the family, with the kids, on vacation. And one thing that's so amazing is being able to have a business where you are not ball and chained to your home office, to your desk, to your laptop. You can actually build your business on your phone. And so with Tava, we literally can do that. All right. So the Tava Connect app is literally our link between our world and Tava, and we can manage and even get our prospects samples, introduce them to the opportunity, and give them resources to review all right from this app. And you can do it anywhere in the world, wherever you have a Wi-Fi signal. Okay. So what I want to do is, if you've got the Tava Connect app on here now, what I want to do is I want to take you through a few of the tabs, and then I'm going to give you some very specific instructions on how to use it starting today. Okay, starting today. We do not want to wait. They say doing at once. Jim Brown says doing at once what needs to be done ensures the possibility of success. And so what you want to do is you want to do it at once. So as you are watching this, do it along with me, and then you'll be in a much better position when we are no longer here together, right? You could always come back and watch the video, or you could just get going, right? Get going. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to be present, okay? And if you are here, you're definitely present. All right. So we got a couple of things here on the app. And I think that even as I continue to work with the app, I've learned some things since the last training that I did on the app. I'm very, very excited about. And so we'll kind of go through each of the different tabs and we'll show you how to move through it. Okay. So the very first tab, okay, the very first icon over to the left, it says share. It's a box with an arrow that is pointing to the right. When you tap on that share button, what you're going to have are access to different videos that you can send directly to your prospects from the app. In other words, I know that some of you are out there and someone says, oh, could you send me some information? And you're going to YouTube, you're getting the link, you're texting the link, you're copying and pasting, and you're right. And then you have prospect in this text message, prospect in that text message. You don't know what video you sent. Did you send them the one about the tea? Did you send them the one about the opportunity? Did you send a peak video? Did you send a full 11-minute full length video? It's very hard to keep up as you begin to build and have hundreds and hundreds of prospects. You are smart, but your brain is not designed to keep track of all of that, right? The system and the tools help us to do that. So you're going to have different videos based on the intent of your prospect as you move forward. So you've got your sample follow-up system, meaning you've got Caprice video sample. So let's say you have someone that's wanting to learn more about the Caprice CBD infused coffee, and you don't need to explain it yourself, even though you could. You're going to just very nicely and politely ask them for their email or their phone. You're going to come in here and you're going to go to the Caprice sample. In this case, it's the first one, and you can see the share button right underneath it. It's only one button there, so it should not be confusing. And you're going to tap on that share button, and it's going to ask you, it's going to tell you, hey, we're going to send this message. We're going to send this message. Now, as of right now, there is no way to edit this message. It's already pre-written and it's already pre-formatted to have your name, your email address, and your phone number as you have it listed in your Tava back office. If you do not want your phone number or a certain email to show up on the app, you'll need to go into your Tava back office and change your website settings, right? Because everything that you have that's visible from your Tava back office will also be virtually visible from your Tava app. So if you want to have the correct email and phone number, make sure you have it listed properly in your Tava back office, and it will show up there. It's already pre-written for you. There's no thinking involved. There's no typing involved. Well, it kind of is a little bit on the next step, but it's very, very, very limited, okay? So boom, you don't have to think about what to write. So it's there. Then what you're gonna do up at the top, you see a little button on the right-hand side that says next. So you're going to hit the next button, and then you're going to enter your prospect's information. Okay. You're going to enter their first name, last name, phone number, and email. If you have all 4 pieces of information, you have the person's first name, you have their last name, you have their email address, and you have their phone number, enter all those details in. If for any reason you don't have all 4 details, enter in what you have. The app is not going to not allow you to put the person in, but you do need to have at least an email and a phone number. Otherwise, what's kind of the point of putting the person in there if you don't have their contact information, right? It's kind of pointless. So have the email or the phone, or you can have both. Okay, either of those 3 options, phone, email, or both, are perfectly fine. Okay, so you're going to stick that information inside of the form, and then you're going to go ahead and hit next. Now, because I didn't put anything in the form, you can't see next, right? So I'm going to just type in something here really quickly. I'm going to type in Tracy test. Okay, and then I'm going to put in a phone number. I hope this is nobody's phone number. Or they're going to be getting a text from me from Tava. Okay, so next. So what happens is you can see I put Tracy text, right? And then, I know it's a little blurry, but it says not entered for the email, but it also has the phone number I put in, which in this case is a very random number. You will want to put in the real number of your prospect so that it actually gets sent to them, okay? So you've got phone number and no email in this case. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. So when I hit next, now it's going to give you options on how you want to send the information. Remember, at the beginning, we chose the Caprice video, right? The Caprice overview video. That's the one we selected. So that's what it's going to send, what we selected at the onset of this little process. So now you can choose text. You can choose email, you can choose Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, or Telegram. Now, I will say this, I have used every one of these different formats except for Telegram. I haven't really sent the information via Telegram to anyone, but I have sent the information quite a few times through Facebook Messenger. What you'll find in real life is that sometimes you're gonna be in conversation with someone and they aren't going to give you their phone number, right? You could actually I've been in conversation with people on Facebook Messenger where I say, okay, great. I'll be happy to shoot you over a short video. What's your best email address and phone number? And people have come back and say, well, can you just send it to me here? That means I don't want to give you my phone number and email right now. And that's okay. The great thing about the Tava Connect app is that it affords that because it allows us to send it through Facebook Messenger. So there's no stress, there's no worry. You don't have to, panic about it if you don't have a phone number or an email. It's no worries. You very simply just say, absolutely, I can. Give me a second. Right? That's all you're going to do is absolutely, I can. Give me a second. And you get to this point in the application, right? And then you're going to select Facebook Messenger as your option. Okay, you're going to select Facebook Messenger as your option. So don't hit text, don't hit email because you don't have their text or you don't have their phone number for a text and you don't have their email. So just go ahead and hit Facebook Messenger. And when you hit Facebook Messenger, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to hit the next button again. You guys see how simple this is? You literally just follow the steps. If you can put one foot in front of the other, you can use this Tava Connect app. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. It's going to say, do you want to send a reminder? And always, listen to me, always say yes, right? It's going to give you a couple of options, 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days, or no option. We are not going to not follow up, Tava Nation, okay? We are not going to not follow up. And if you are building your business and minding your business, you are communicating with other prospects simultaneously. So therefore, you're not going to remember exactly the day and the time that you need to follow up with 15 people that you just prospected all on social media, and you're gonna have that in your clock, in your reminders on your phone. Absolutely not. You're going to drive yourself nuts and it's not going to be fun, right? But when you just use the tool and you select yes, 24 hours, the video is like 3 minutes. Some of the videos are like 40 seconds. The main opportunity video is 11 minutes. In fact, I think it's 10 minutes and 57 seconds if you need to have it the exact, right? That is not a long time. So what we're not going to do is say, yeah, we're going to follow up in 3 days. Doesn't take 3 days. We're not going to follow up in 7 days. We're not going to do that. We're going to follow up in 24 hours. I'm stressing that a little bit here because it may seem a little elementary, but I want you to know that it's not. It's very, very, very important because they say that the money is in the follow-up. Well, if you're following up in 7 days after someone watched a 30-second video, I promise you they're not interested. Okay, so 24 hours, right, at the max. So I'm going to select 24 hours, and then it's going to have a send button. You're going to hit send in your top right-hand corner. Now, remember, we chose Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger. So now it's going to give you the little message that you want to share in there. So you can read it in there. Okay. Now you're not going to be able to edit it. You can't change what it says in here. The cool thing is when you go back and you actually paste it into Messenger, you can edit. You can edit in Messenger. You don't worry about editing in the app. You can't do it. Okay, so don't even stress your little head about it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the button that says start, because one says start and one says cancel sharing. So we don't want to cancel the sharing. We want to start the sharing. So if you hit the start button, it's going to open up Messenger. And now you're going to go to the person that you want to send your message to. So I'm going to go to myself, okay? I'm going to go to myself on Facebook here, right? Because I go to myself and test different things, all right? So here, I'm going to go to myself, and inside where you would type the information, I'm going to go ahead and press and hold, and I'm going to hit the paste button, right? Now, when I hit the paste button, magically, that message from the Tava Connect app populates inside of the field on Messenger. Now, you're not going to send it necessarily at this moment, because if you need to edit something, you have the opportunity. What you do not want to do, though, is mess with the link that's in here, because this very special custom link, you see that link at the very bottom? That custom link has been generated for that prospect. You're not going to give that same link to the next prospect, because the Tava Connect app is tracking each prospect. And if it gave every prospect the exact same link, you wouldn't always know whether that person watched it. The app wouldn't be able to tell you, oh, yes, Beverly watched 20 minutes, watch 20% of the video, right, Jenny? It wouldn't be able to say, hey, Patty watched 90% or watched less than 100% of the video, Ruby, okay? So do not mess with the link. Monique, do not mess with it, right? Okay, you can change it inside of here. Don't get frustrated. You can change it inside of here and you're good, but leave that link alone. So what I like to do is I like to put my cursor in front of the HTTPS, in front of the link, and I hit the enter button so that it gives it a space, right? So it gives it a space, and now you can format your message inside of here. So if you are happy with it, let me tell you something, a little secret I like to do. I always like to customize the message. So this message says, hey there, be on the lookout for a little gift from me in your mailbox, right? And I sent you 2 of my favorite products that I can't live without. Check out this video explaining what it is. That's what this message says. So I'm going to put the cursor right after hey there, right? So now it looks like, you know, a message, not a glob of text that nobody wants to see. When people send you information in Messenger and it's a big long paragraph with like 7 different lines, you're automatically overwhelmed, right? I don't like it when people send me messages like that. I want to be able to skim. If it's a big long thesis statement, dissertation paragraph, I'm moving on. Okay, so when you have this pasted inside of here, it's going to be a big chunk of paragraph. So just take a moment, all right, and format it, space it out, move it down a couple of lines. And if you're really slick, you're going to put the person's name right there, right? So it says, hey there, I'm going to put, hey there, Tracy, right? And put the exclamation point there, right? I'm going to do that. Yes, Marguerite, exactly. You want to make it look organized and professional. Guys, when you send stuff to people and it looks overwhelming, trust me, you're giving people the experience. You're training them from the beginning. Let me say something. When you introduce and expose people to Tava and you do it in a professional, organized way, whether they have joined your business or not, and more than likely, if you're sending this, they have not joined your business, you are directly training them on a process. It might not be the only process because we have different processes here in which we expose people, and that's okay. But in this case, the prospect that you are choosing to run through the Tava Connect process, you are teaching them at the onset. So if this looks a mess then they're going to think, oh, this company, this looks a mess. Or they're going to think you and the way that you communicate, it looks a mess. And we don't want that. We want it to be neat and received properly so that the brain can subconsciously say, oh yeah, I can skim, I see, I can click the link and I can go. All right. You want people to have an easy user experience. That's the bottom line. Okay. So now that we're here, then it says be looking out for it. And then you go ahead and hit your send button and then boom, there it is. Right. So mine says, hey there, Tracy. Right. It says, hi there, Tracy. Be on the lookout for a little gift from me. And then it has the link in there. And now a person can easily see the welcome. Hello, Tracy. They can easily see the link at the bottom. And whether they choose to read the middle or not is completely up to them. But what I will tell you they can do is click that link very, very quickly. Okay. And that's what we want. So you've sent it and it actually populates so it can see Capri's sample on there. Okay. So that is how you send. You can use any video, anything inside of there to send information in reference to our products or our opportunity. All right. So now what I'm going to come back to the app. Okay. I'm back inside of the app and I'm going to hit at the top right. It says cancel. It says cancel. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And down at the bottom, you can see the little icons. The first icon you saw was the share, right? We saw that on the home page. So you can either go back to share or any of these different tabs down here at the bottom. But to make it easy, I'm just going to make sure we go back to the home screen. So on the phone, up at the top left, you can see those three lines. Right? You can see those three lines. If you tap on those three lines, another little window will slide open and you can choose home. Choosing home, we want to go home. We always want to go home, right? Like ET, go home. All right. So boom, you're right back here at the home screen and we can start doing another activity. All right. Now, let me just tell you where to find that prospect that you just put in there. Right next to the share button on the home screen, you can see prospects. Right? It's like faces, right? Head and shoulders right here. Okay. You click on prospects and it's going to give you a list of all of your prospects that you have in there. Okay. It's going to give you a list of all of your prospects that you have in there. And this is a very, very cool. Let me tell you something that I found out. After I did the last training, I'm like, oh, this is really, really cool, right? So what happens is I'm going to go into the first person I have there, right? So I'm going to tap on that person and it gives you the last action that you took, right? So it says sent Tava Lifestyle full overview. And then it tells you the date that you sent the overview and it tells you the follow-up, none set, 24 or whatever the date is will be there. If you didn't set a follow-up, it would say none set. If you set a follow-up, it will say the date that you put in for the follow-up. You didn't choose a date, but what you did choose was 24 hours, right? Or 7 days or something like that at that time. And it automatically tells you what that date is based on the selection that you made, okay? Now over to the right-hand side, you can see those three dots, right? So those three dots. If you tap on those three dots, now it gives you some additional options that you can use to connect with this particular person. So I could share more content. I can see the prospect details. I can set another manual reminder, or I can delete the whole entire prospect, depending on what you want to do, right? You can even call or you can even text, okay, from here. So for the sake of it, I'm going to go to I'm going to go to prospect details. Okay. I'm going to click on prospect details because I do want to show you this. Okay. It's kind of, it was enlightening for me and I thought it was really, really cool. Okay. So now you're on prospect details and up at the top right-hand side over here, you can see a little icon, right? And my little icon is a cup of coffee. Look at that. It's a cup of coffee and it's blue. Now, if you tap on that cup of coffee, it gives you the status. So hot would be a fire, right? Warm is that cup of coffee. You have parked, you have new, you have customer, and you have distributor. I love this. I love this. And the reason is because I didn't know that I could keep track of where somebody is in the process. So in other words, if I put Sue in, and Sue says, oh, I'm not that interested right now, or no, I don't think this is for me. What I can do is I can put parked. I don't have to delete Sue because I'm going to come back to Sue a little bit later, another time, right? But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select parked. So I'm going to hit parked, and then it's going to change that little icon to a car. Now, when I'm looking at my list of prospects on that prospecting screen, guess what? I can see a car. I know, oh, this person is parked. I could see a fire if I chose that. Oh, this is a hot prospect. This is someone I need to be back in contact with right away. I could see the cup of coffee, like they're kind of warm, right? Or if they became a customer, I can select customer. Or if they joined your business, you can select partner. What does it say there? Let me go back to this. It says distributor. You can choose distributor. So I love the hot, the warm, the parked, and the new. When you first put someone in there, I like to put new because they don't have a status yet, right? Other than new. Because when I put them in, I'm just sending them a video. I don't know whether they're hot yet. I don't know whether they're warm yet. I don't know whether they're parked yet. I don't know anything yet. So at least I can identify all of the newer people by selecting the new icon, and boom, it shows up right there in the top right-hand side. That is really, really helpful. That's one of those little nuggets, little hidden gems that I found inside of the app. So it helps me to identify who I need to get back with right away, who's popping, who's ready to go, or who's kind of hanging out, maybe not worth me following up today, right? So now, I've got the icon in there. This is a new prospect. I put new in here, right? And now what I can do is I can put notes. So there's a little notes section right here, right? So if I tap inside of there, if I tap inside of, oh no, sorry. Yeah. If I tap inside of notes, it usually lets us put it in there. I don't know why it's not letting us do it. Hold on. Well, for some reason, mine isn't letting me tap in there, but you can go in that notes section and you can type notes in there, and you can say, spoke with or sent Tava 11-minute overview, set to follow up in 20 minutes. When you sent the video, the option that you had was 24 hours. That's when the system is going to prompt you and send you a reminder to follow up. But if you want to follow up in 15 minutes, you can still do that. So here, when you're right here over to the right-hand side, you can see where it says set. And you can tap on that set button. And now you can choose an actual date and a time. So like I said before, in a prospecting training, you can tell the person, hey, the video is about 11 minutes. How about I give you a buzz back in about 15 minutes to find out more about what you like best, right? Would 15 minutes be okay? And the person says, yeah, 15 minutes works perfect for me. Wonderful. You're not going to rely on the 24-hour reminder. You're going to go in here. You're going to manually set the reminder for today. And it's, right now, 12 o'clock, right? 12 o'clock. And then you're going to put 12:15. Right? You're going to put 12:15 p.m. today, right? Well, 12:14, that says. We're going to put 12:15 today. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to hit okay. Now I'm going to have a reminder for 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, this is going to then send me a notification. Yeah, Victoria, I don't know why it's doing that. It usually lets you put notes in there, but for some reason it's not. So we're not going to worry about it. It's no big deal, right? So here's what you can do. Here's what you can do as we navigate around that at the moment, right? There's an add history button right there. See that? So what you can do is you can tap on the add history button, and then you can at least tell the system what you did, right? You spoke to the prospect. You left a voicemail for the prospect. You had a 3-way call with the prospect. You emailed, you texted, you met with the prospect. You made a presentation, you delivered a sample, you enrolled them as a customer, or you enrolled them as a rep. You could say that. So in this case, I might say, I texted the prospect. So I'm going to tap texted prospect. And then right down here in add history, you will see now I have another line item that reminds me what I did. So in the case that I can't type in here, right now, if I go away and tomorrow I come back and I look, I say, oh, I know on 7/10, I texted Roxanne. At least you have that, right? At least you have that. And so that way it's no stress in case the little notes section thing isn't working. When it is working, it's very viable. I mean, I like it. But hey, we're not going to cry over spilled milk. We're going to keep the party moving. Okay. So that's the way that's the workaround, right? So you can do that. And once you've done that, you are done with that particular prospect as it relates to sending them any information about the business or the products. Okay. So I think that makes sense thus far. It's a little bit more of a difficult thing to answer questions on here. But thank you, Sherry. That's right. Okay. So prospect details. You're right. So up at the top right-hand side, you see the edit button. Ding, ding, ding. Smart. Thank you, Tava Nation, right? You hit the edit button. And when you hit edit, there you go. You can tap in that note section. Ding, 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 ding. Yay, success. Teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you so much. Okay. So that's how you put the notes in there, guys. I do apologize for that slight glitch in my brain matrix. Okay. So that's how you do that, okay? So now I'm gonna hit the back button. I'm gonna go back to my home screen and we are here, okay? So we've sent a video link for Caprice. We have edited the prospect. We've put the type of prospect they are: a hot prospect, a warm prospect, a parked prospect. But we've done that. We've added some notes. We've set a manual follow-up time, and we put in there our recent activity. So now we know exactly what we've done with that particular prospect. Okay. So now let's move along. Let's say that now you've got someone that is, I like to try the product first, right? They're not interested in the opportunity right now. They want to try the product first. No problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your home screen and you're going to click on that little icon. Looks like 2 water drops. I don't know why it's water drops, but okay, water drops. And you're going to click on sample. And when you click on sample, it's going to give you a list of people that you will have sent samples to, right, from that standpoint. And it will also give you an opportunity to purchase credits or to just send. Now, right now, I have 6 credits in there. I got 6 credits. It tells me right there, 6 credits remaining. Each sample that you send is 1 credit. Each sample that you send is 1 credit. You need to purchase credits. Now, if you are brand new, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember all the way. I think the system will give you like 3 credits free or 5 credits free or something like that when you first get started with your app. You've never used the app before. You might have a default number of credits already in there. So you can get going and you do not have to purchase any credits at the beginning. But if you've used those credits, obviously I've used those credits, then you need to purchase more credits. So the question is, where do you purchase credits? You purchase credits in your Tava back office, okay? You purchase credits in your Tava back office, but it also lets you do it right here. So you can see they have the coins. They literally have coins as an icon over here. You can tap on purchase credits and then it will pop up and say, go to your back office or close. So you can go right to your back office. Now, because this app is connected to you or connected to the Tava system, it's going to ask you to log in. So you're going to log in to your back office, right? Hold on. You're going to log into your back office. And whoops, hold on. Wrong password. Sometimes that happens. So you're going to log into your back office. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to your menu and then you're going to go to orders. You're going to go to orders And then you're going to go to place new order. You're going to go to place new order. Is everybody with me? So yes, Monique, yours says 0 credits. Okay, then you have got to purchase yourself some credits, superstar. Okay, so now you're on your orders, your purchase, place new order tab. And this is where you can get your ticket to our second wave event, plug number 2. If you have not purchased your ticket to the Tava second wave event taking place in Houston, Texas in October, you definitely want to go here and get your ticket. In fact, you can get it right from here, right? Okay, so you can get your ticket. If you scroll all the way down past all the products, you will see where you have sample credits, and you can buy credits in quantities of 3, 7, and 10. 3, 7, or 10. Okay, so each credit is $5. Okay, just so you know, each credit is $5. So just think about that for a second. If you were going to send a sample to someone and you were going to mail it to that person, it's going to cost you something to mail it, right? Whatever. Here, you don't have to mail it. It's going to come in a very nice package. You don't have to be anywhere near product. You don't have to get anything. You could just send right through here. So this is a very good way for you to be able to be on the go and navigate your business without having the samples in your hand. If you're out of town, if you're over to your mother's house, if you're taking your kids somewhere, you can just send it right here. It's going to cost you $5, but hey, you're going to pay for the convenience. Okay. Or just carry your samples around with you and have envelopes and stamps in your car. You can do that if you want to do that, but you can have a little bit of leverage using a system and a tool. And you guys know I love systems and tools. All right. So you can choose 3, 7, or 10. And once you purchase, then it's going to show up back here in your app. Sample, it's going to show up with the number of credits that you have available. So now that you have credits back there, what you can do is you can now send a sample. So now you see a little present box. You see a little present box, right? You click on the offer and send sample. So then you can offer a sample or you can send a sample. Now, let me just share with you guys my preference, and you can do it however you want to do it because it's your business and you got to do what makes the most sense for you. But no, it is not shipping. It's $5, Claudio. Yes, Claudio calling all the way in from Jamaica. It is $5. Okay. No, it is not plus shipping. That is what you're paying. So when you purchase your credits, you're purchasing your credits flat out, right? You're purchasing your credits no matter where the person lives in the US, and you've got those credits. When you go to send that sample, it's $5. You use 1 credit, and then it takes your number down by 1, right? If I were to use a sample right now, it'd take my credits from 6 to 5. And that's it. You've prepaid to send the sample. You've prepaid to send the sample, okay? So now you can offer a sample or you can send. So here's what I like to do. I personally like to get the person's permission up front to send the sample. Or we are at a meeting of the minds. We already know that I'm going to be sending a sample, okay? So I'm not going to offer to send a sample. You can. There may be people that you know where you're just going to go through and randomly maybe send something to them and send them a sample. I don't usually go that direction. I usually go a different direction. I like to put people on notice, right? Send them, ask them, pique their interest, right? They might see the opportunity video. Generally speaking, I'm leading with the business on that side, and people see the video and I say, are you a number 1 or a number 2? And a number 1 is a customer, a number 2 is a distributor. It's right there in our overall presentation, our PowerPoint. So I just kind of leverage what's already there in my questioning. And the person says, oh, well, I think I'm more of a number 1, but I'd like to try the product first. Is there a way that I could try the tea? Is there a way that I could try the flare? Is there a way that I could try the coffee? And I say, sure, no problem. I'll be happy to send you a sample, but I'll just need to get your mailing address. Is that okay? And then they're going to say, yes. I'm going to say, great. Text me your mailing address and your email and your phone number. And at that point, if they want the sample, they have to give you the address. And then there's no resistance to giving you a phone number or an email because they're giving you their whole address. So you're going to do send sample, right? So I usually just do send sample. If you need to use offer, go right ahead. They can put it in themselves. I believe they do that with offer, but I just do it because I'm kind of a control freak in that perspective. Like, I want to make sure that it gets done. In other words, I don't want to leave it to my prospect to put their information in the system. And now we're waiting forever for them to put it in so that the sample can get sent. I'd rather just kind of stay on them a little bit, get the information right away, plug them in, and sample gets sent, right? I'd rather kind of facilitate that. So figure out how you like to do it best, but I don't usually like to wait on prospects. We have to go and get it, right? So send a sample, you tap send sample, and you have two options, guys. That's it. It's not a big ordeal. It's not a whole menu of items. You're either going to send them a Vasia detox tea sample, or you're going to send them a Capri CBD coffee sample. That's it. There is no Flare sample. There is no Valet sample on the app. If you want to send them samples of those things, you are going to have to do that on your own, okay, from your own product, your own inventory. If you want to leverage the system, it is either a coffee sample or a detox tea sample. There are no samples of Flare and all that good stuff, okay? So detox tea or coffee, and you select, right? You'll select, and it tells you how many credits it is. So you select it, and then boom, it takes you to where you put the person's name and email, and name, phone number, and email in. Right now, I'm not going to complete this because I don't want it to accidentally use a credit for a example. My credit, I paid $5 for my credit. I need all my credits in real samples. Okay. So your first name, your last name, your phone number, and your email address, or the person's email address. And then you're going to hit next. And then it's going to ask for the address. You're going to put in all the information. You're going to do that. And then it's going to say whatever it says at the end is going to send, and you're going to be done. That's going to be it. Now, here's what's really, really cool when you have the app that does it. The app will tell you when it's been shipped, and the app will tell you whether it's been delivered. So you know how sometimes you're like, I wonder if they even got it. Or you might call with your follow-up and say, hey, listen, I was just following up to see if you received the sample that I sent you yet, right? And I said to you before, guys, I try not to ask questions that I don't know the answers to, generally speaking, right? Generally speaking. So before I ask them, hey, did you receive the sample that I sent you? I'm going to go to the app and I'm going to look. And because on the sample screen right here where you have the people, it's going to tell you Caprice Coffee. It's going to say the person's name. It's going to have the city and state, and it's going to say delivered. Like that says delivered 4/28/21. And then it says view. If I click on the view, I can see my prospects, all their information. I can see the sample that it was delivered, the status up here at the top. I can see the SKU number. Okay, Tava, thank you for the SKU number, because if my prospect says, oh, I didn't get the sample, I can say, no, it's SKU number 7656. Okay, you can give them the SKU number if you want to. You can have all of the receipts on the delivery, the prospect's name, their shipping address, and the tracking number. So guys, this is a very, very, very detailed app that if you use it and just play around with it, you literally have a lot of these things right at your fingertips. Okay. So you can see that, but it tells you it was delivered. It tells you it was. So if it wasn't delivered, it will say it was shipped, right? It even sends you an alert that says, hey, sample shipped, right, to whoever it is that you send it to. So it keeps you up to date. Now, the lesson in this, guys, when you're using tools and resources, is to train yourself on being a user of the tool. The tool is doing what it's supposed to do. The real problem is whether you're going to do what you need to do. So when the app says follow up, did you follow up? Right? If the app says sample has now been delivered, you might want to go into your phone and set a reminder now for 24 hours, right? Because just because it was delivered, the person could be at work and it was delivered to their home and they may not have seen that the sample arrived yet. So you don't want to call them right away, but you can very easily, when you see that, oh, alert, the sample has been delivered. Fantastic. You can go in there, you can set an alert for 24 hours and say, find out if Joe actually received the sample, right? Call Joe. Follow up on receipt of sample. And then because it says delivered, you're going to call Joe or you're going to text Joe and say, hey, Joe, it's Tracy. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. I was just checking to see if you received your Caprice coffee sample yet. Let me know. And then Joe's going to say, no, I didn't get the sample. And you're going to say, Joe, that's weird. Let me check something. And then you're going to go in here. It's going to say deliver. You're going to take a screenshot and you're going to say, well, Joe, my system says that it was delivered and here's the tracking. Did you check your mailbox? And Joe's going to say, oh, no, I didn't check my mailbox. And you're going to say, well, Joe, why would you say you didn't have it if you didn't check your mailbox, Joe? But that's what happens. Joe's going to say, oh, I'm going to check my mailbox. I'm going to have my wife check my mailbox. And then Joe's going to come back and say, yes, I indeed did receive the sample. Okay. If you don't have this information, when Joe told you no, you would have freaked out. You would be calling Megan at customer service. Megan, my prospect didn't receive his one coffee sample. And they don't have time for that. So we want to make sure we have all of the details and documentation so that before we reach out to our prospects, we know what it is we're saying and that we are coming off very professional and that we have documentation to help them, because prospects will say some of the darndest things at times. I'm sure you are aware of that. So you've got everything that you need right there. No need to contact support. Your support is right here in your list of samples that you have sent out. Okay. So that is how you send out samples. And then you want to follow up by setting a reminder once you get the notification that the sample has been delivered. All right. So guys, now we are done with that. So we've sent video on video on product. We've sent video on opportunity, and now we've even sent a sample. Okay, this should take you really, really far. If you didn't know how to do anything else, you are good to go with just these three things. You know how to pique someone's interest. You know how to expose them by sending them the information, and you know how to sample them using the information. You've got it, guys. Tava Nation, you've got what you need to get to get the most out of this app that, by the way, is free to you, free to us. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Kenny and Shantae Lloyd. Okay, so now, oh, and we can't forget Mr. Kevin Harris and Miss Lachelle Pierre as well for making sure that this app is a resource that we don't have to pay any additional money for. And this thing does a lot. Okay, I have an internet marketing background, and to have something developed like this on your own individually with the tracking and all that, guys, that's not cheap. It's not cheap. You have a multi-million-dollar business at your fingertips that people wished and dreamed they could manage and track like the way we can manage and track. So please take great advantage of it and be proud of your Tava business, because I tell people all the time, this is a phone-based business. I have built a whole marketing campaign on phone-based business. I'm telling you, because it is. It is. It's not a joke. It's not a scam. It's not a trick. It really is a phone-based business. Okay, so I've made my plug for the Tava Connect app. There you go. Now let's do a couple more things, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm going to do a couple more minutes only because we did get a late start. We had some of the glitches, and I want to make sure that you guys get your value for today, right? I do not want to jump on here and then you guys feel like, oh, I didn't really get the value. I want you to get it, and I want you to really feel like it was worth your time with me here on this Saturday afternoon. Okay, so we're going to go back to our home page again. Okay, and we're right here, and I want you to this time tap on the events icon. Now, this was really cool that I found out. And I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. I'm still getting used to using it because it's a rhythm, right? It's a behavior that I'm creating with using the app more consistently, especially with this particular tab. But this now it's a calendar. So why would you want the calendar? I'll tell you why. I'm looking at Dallas Super Saturday. The Houston event is coming up in October. So what you could do is you could scroll over to September, right? The end of September, September 30th. I'm going to be there on the 29th, okay, of September. I'm not sure what day you're going to be there, but I'm going to be there on the 29th. So I've already got that lined up. But I'm going to go to September and I'm going to tap on the 29th of September. When I tap on the 29th of September, it's going to make the number on the calendar blue, the date blue. Now, up at the top right, you can hit add event. So I'm going to tap on add event. Then it's going to give you some fields to put in the information. So I'm going to put in here second wave event, right? It's going to ask me what's the date. And I'm going to choose the date, right, of the event. And I'm going to go ahead and put, September, did I say September 29th, right? I'm going to scroll down to September 29. And it doesn't matter what time, right? Just put whatever. Right now, I'm going to put 2 p.m., right? Like you might want to put your exact flight or whatever. Just the day. That's the day I'm leaving, right? So I'm going to hit OK. So now it has 9/29/21 in there. It says description. I'm going to say corporate convention, right? Corporate convention. And I'm going to put Houston. Oh, no, I'm going to put Houston first. I'm going to put Houston, Texas, Houston TX corporate convention. I'm going to put that in description and category. It is a menu. I'm going to choose, it says conference call, webcast, training, private meeting, home meeting, or hotel meeting. In this case, I'm going to put hotel meeting. Now, technically, hotel meeting is really referring to an opportunity meeting at a hotel, right? The phone is talking about a conference call. A home meeting is talking about a home party. A private meeting is like a one-on-one, right? A training. You could put training in there if you wanted to put whatever it is that you want to put. I mean, maybe I'll just put training for the sake of it because it's an event, but it is at a hotel and it is a meeting and it is a training. Just use whatever it is that you want to use. So you put training there. And then it says global. I'm going to put no. And then the street. Okay. Now, here's the thing. The street. If you know the name of the hotel, put the name of the hotel and all the details in there from that standpoint. Okay. Put it in there. If you don't have that, then you don't have that, right? You have to at least put a zip code in there. So for the sake of it, I'm going to just put my zip code and my own house for now. Okay. For now. You do have to put all the address in there. So put the address in there. Okay. Because it's forcing it. It forces you to put an address in there, which is not a bad thing. Because if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to the event in Houston, Texas, you at least know where the event is. And if you put it in here, you know where the event is before you get there. You're not texting your team like, where's the hotel? You know where the hotel is, right? So just put whatever's in there. Okay, I'm just going to put, just for the sake of this and hitting save, I'm going to put Atlanta, Georgia, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then it says sending event. And then what happens is it's going to ask me, do I want to send any invitations? So for now, I'm going to say no. I don't want to send any invitations. But as you can see there, it says second wave event, right? So now for September 29th, I already have second wave event. Now, if I go back to, what's this, July? If I go back to now, which is July, it keeps a list of upcoming events. It keeps a list of upcoming events. And I can see second wave event. It is getting in my subconscious. I have the second wave event. It is July. And I can see I've got the second wave event coming up. So every time you go in here, it's going to basically stimulate you and remind you that you've got something coming up, right? Soon, second wave event. And if you click on it, it will give you all of the details that you have there. Okay. So what I recommend you do, you can start doing is if you have launch calls that you're doing, if you have a hotel overview that you're doing, if you have a home event that you are doing, if you have a conference call or a Zoom or something like that that you are doing, I would recommend that you start the behavior of running your phone-based business like a phone-based business. And you have to cut the pattern. You have to interrupt your pattern of being overwhelmed. You have to interrupt your pattern of doing things in such a scattered type of way that you feel like you don't have any control over this magnificent beast that you have, right, in your Tava business. So if you could retrain yourself, it's a process of retraining yourself to be organized, of retraining yourself to utilize the app and not, I mean, if you still want to put it in your calendar on your phone and things like that, great, then have it in both places. But get in the habit of using your app, using your calendar, using your samples, using your, using the different things that are available to you so that you can really, really, really feel like you are in alignment when you say it's a phone-based business. It's phone-based. It's based from the phone. It is based from the phone because as long as I've got my phone, as long as I can log into my back office and this app, I've got my business at my fingertips and I don't even have to touch any products if I'm not in a position to touch products. I still can expose, I still can sample, and I can still stay organized with my events and my calendar that's on here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page one last time, okay? And so we've gone through every tab. We went through the share, we went through the prospects, we went through the sample, we went through the events and office. Office allows you to go to your back office. That's all that does. So if you want to get to your back office right from here, just tap on office. Just tap on office and you go right to your back office. Boom, look. Right to your Tava back office. Okay. So you don't have to, go to open up another tab on your browser, log in, flip back between things. It's nice and right here, right? It's right here. I love it. All right. The last thing would be the alerts. Okay. And then the alerts will be here. So like this says, Jamaica, lock your spot. Let me say this too. When corporate sends out the weekly newsletter, guess what? It comes to your app too. That's how I find it. I think we get an email, we get some other things too, but for me, that's a little cumbersome. I like the phone-based business. So I know on Friday they send out the newsletter. We're looking at the top earners, the top recruiters, and the top retailers, right? And all the different news that's taking place in Tava. It says right here, Friday, July 9th, Jamaica, lock your spot. 16 hours ago, I'm going to tap on that and look, that newsletter information pops right up from my app. Right from my app. I'm with you, Gloria. Right from my app. And guess what? I can read all about it here, it says. So I can tap on the little hyperlink. It takes me to Tava University, and I've got everything that I need from Tava University right from the app. So guys, you don't have to, I can't find my email. Oh my goodness, which email account is it in? Oh, I accidentally have .com in my back office versus .com in my back office. And I didn't realize that. So I'm not getting any emails from corporate. Guys, I am telling you, you can make your life that much more simpler if you just leverage the app as well. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't want to use the app, hey, this is for the people who understand that I've got to make sure that Tava Nation knows at least this. Okay, because you should be able to build your business anywhere. So you open it up, you review the information, and then you up at the top, you can delete the message or close. I don't like to delete the newsletters, not right now. I'm just like 3 months in. So I like to keep the newsletters because I use them for marketing. Ding, 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 ding. Screenshots of things, screenshots of information, updates that's happening, that's public, screenshot, use it in your stories, use it on your wall. I'm just saying, why not use what Tava's already given you to market and promote your business? So for me, I don't like to delete the newsletter just because I read the newsletter. As a marketer, I want to keep the newsletter so I can go back and possibly screenshot some things that I can use to help me go get more prospects in social media. So yes, Marguerite, use the newsletters for marketing. Duh, guys, come on, guys. We don't have to work that hard. We're going to work smart, not hard. We're going to let Mr. Kevin Harris and Lachelle Pierre, and we're going to let all the people at corporate do all that amazing work they do for us and put this whole thing together and slave for us. And guess what? We're going to take it. We're going to copy and paste. All right. We're going to copy, paste, screenshot, and go. All right. And get our bag and build our businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and hit close. And then, of course, you'll have all of your other follow-up reminders that are there. Person received a sample. Or, hey, follow up with Joe. And you go, what's the last thing I did with Joe? If you put in there recent activity I taught you and it showed I texted Joe, oh, I can see, oh, I texted Joe and I need to follow up to do this now. It can always keep you on track and you are not overwhelming your brain. You can sleep well at night and not feel stressed. I'm telling you, building $1 million business is more than a handful of prospects. Building $1 million business is more than just a few little events, a few little home parties, and a few little Zooms that you think you can remember in your pretty little head. Or your handsome little head. I am telling you, you're going to need something to help you manage, automate, and track this business so you can grow. Okay. You must grow, ladies and gentlemen. And that is how I see the Tava Connect app serving us with great, great, great detail here in Tava Nation. Okay. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that this was a valuable training for you guys here on today. Please make sure you let all of the amazing people in Tava know about this training. They can come back here, tag your team members in this training. Make sure you can go and watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on the other Tava HQ page here on Facebook. But make sure you plug your team members in, or if you have Facebook groups, go ahead and share this broadcast to a group that you already have and make sure the people in that group get access to it and make your life easier. I will tell you the best thing that you can do as I close out to build your business is to get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Leverage the resources, the tools, and the people. We've spent a little over an hour going through this training. Why would you want to go and redo it all over again? You can. I know you leaders, we like to reinvent the wheel, leaders, sometimes, okay? But when you really understand that you don't got to be perfect, you just got to be present, you could share this video into your group and you can tag your team members and you can plug them into the system and you can go back out and get to building your business. There's a young lady in the industry. Her name is Danny Johnson. She's not building a business anymore. Some of you may know her. I've studied Danny Johnson for years. She has a whole thing like on network marketing, and she even did some stuff on debt and all this stuff, but she's amazing. And one of the things that Danny Johnson taught years ago, and she still teaches it to this day, is we get paid to do two things in network marketing. We get paid to do two things. We get paid when we retail products. That would be true. And we get paid when we recruit new business partners in the form of our fast start bonuses. That would be true. There's one thing that we do not get paid for, and that is training. We do not get paid to train people. We get paid to retail and to recruit. And so when you have access to trainings that you can leverage through different leaders, through your sponsor, through your upline, through whoever the diamonds are here, through whoever the exec directors too are here, through whoever the executives are, whoever is put before you based on who corporate has chosen to share information. What you want to do is you want to leverage that training with your teams. We don't get paid to train. So when a training is done, you need to share it and you need to get out of the way and you need to move along. Danny Johnson also says you cannot sit on your distributors and hatch them. In other words, you cannot be a mother hen. You cannot be a daddy rooster, I guess, or whatever. In other, you can't sit on these your team members and just hover and every day pulling them. You can't hatch your distributors. You have got to provide the information. You have got to, yes, be the leader that's leading from the front, encouraging, motivating at some time, providing resources for them, and most of all, demonstrating through your action. If you are out there and you are prospecting and you are adding people to the business and people see that you are adding people and people see that you are acquiring customers, the best thing you can do is to do it, because they will do what you do, not what you say. So if there's nothing else that you take from this, aside from the information about the app, I will leave you with the idea and the concept that we get paid to retail and recruit. We do not get paid to train. So stop all that training, stop all that Zooming, stop all that meeting 4 and 5 and 30,000 times a day, trying to teach every single person every single thing. You will not make $1 million doing it one person at a time. You've got to use leverage. And that is something I'm so excited that Tava has made available to us. So ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you so much for your time on this amazing Saturday morning training. Use your Tava Connect app, tag your team members, share this video, go to the different platforms and watch it for yourself again and again and again if you like. And I look forward to seeing you on a Tava Nation training real soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.